as someone who's mentored pastors, I've mentored over 100 pastors in my life. This is a sort of a vocational problem for people in ministry. It seems to me that it's all about the work, and these are good people with good motives and good desires and good, honorable, clean lives, but somehow it's all about the work.
And I would argue it's all three pieces are necessary for it to be healthy.
Yes, of course. It's not.
It needs to be about the work and the facts,
yes.
but it also needs to be about relationships. And one of the strengths of the center is the strong value on relationships and maintaining good relationships,
Right.
and then the spiritual part needs to be solid too.
Yes.
But just the spiritual part without the relationships,
I agree.
or without the facts, doesn't work as well either.
No, absolutely.
Those three things together is really strong.
Absolutely. And again, you've just described classical Christianity. I mean, in the formation and life of the church as it began in the ancient Mediterranean, this was, community, consensus. Someone described, I forget who it was, but in describing orthodoxy, it was consensus and antiquity and all these things that just involved, humility, subjecting yourselves to others, listening to the voice of the Spirit. So I love it. It's very traditional in a sense, very classical, this approach. Mark, let's talk a little bit. We could go on forever. I love you guys. This is great.
We could.
This is one of the most interesting interviews I've ever conducted. You people are so interesting and such a wonderful ministry. I hope everybody gets to see this. So let's talk a little bit about the future, Mark,
Well,
and you're the guy I'm going to ask about that.
Right. Think about this, what we've been talking about, and it will not be it will require that too imagination to see what our vision is then. If this is the classical Christianity applied to our times in the city of Boston. So it's not too difficult to see what vision really motivates and drives us, and that is, we like to see every minister of the gospel to get this, right? And we call them living ministry system practitioner.
Yes.
Practitioner in a sense who is also reflective, not just a hard worker,
Right.
but who can stop and reflect. Right. So in our President Doug and his wife Judy Holt's words is a practitioner / scholar.
Nice.
That's what defines the leadership
Yeah.
that we have been envisioning.
I love that.
So it is not just we are teaching others to do so, but we practice ourselves.
Right.
So let me give you our ultimate vision
Please.
for the EGC.
Yeah.
Our ultimate vision is the EGC is blessed by God so much that we just go out of existence. That's our ultimate vision. Parachurch doesn't need to exist. If churches in the local churches are so vibrant in their leadership, living system ministry, thinkers and actors are working together. It's just meant to just explode with life. And that's what the gospel really is.
Yes.
So why do we need EGC? We long for that day that we go out of existence.
That is so great. That is so beautifully said, Mark.
And I caught that inspiration from Lisa when Lisa spoke about at the dinner this year. That's it. That's what we are here for. Now, on the way there, we have work to do.
Of course.
And in a short-term vision is we like to see 100 Christian leaders who are equipped in their thinking and in their approach to ministry with this living system practitioner ideas.
So 100 every year.
100 each year.
Okay.
We want to work with 100 leaders every
We'd
year.
like to see that happen.
How many right now?
Well, see, that's the thing. As part of the alignment, we don't know exactly.
Okay.
That's part of what we haven't really
'Cause
nailed.
you're not counting
We're not
beans,
counting
so-
exactly.
Yeah.
But we want. So we're saying 100 as a sort of placeholder. Maybe
Sure.
it's more. Maybe it's a little bit less.
Right.
How many can we really work with effectively? In what ways? But we want to be equipping intentionally. We want to be able to say, these are the leaders we're working with, and this is how we're working with them, and this is the difference we're making. And that difference then makes a difference in stronger churches. Those stronger churches make a difference in stronger communities. And in a way that's really obvious that God's at work in these leaders, in these churches, in these communities over time.
Salt and light.
Right.
That's right. And we call that revival.
Yep.
Yes.
Make it loud, Lord.
Yes. What'd you say?
Make it loud. I mean, it's just hearkening back to something about revival. Just one of the center's, long time not principles, but just observations that we've had is, in the quiet revival.
I was going to bring that up.
How much
Yeah.
Christianity has been growing in Boston,
Yes.
but it's been under the radar, and a lot of these are immigrant churches. They're churches that are not, on the limelight, or at least when people think of Boston, they're not thinking of these church communities. So I think one of our long-term dreams is that the revival, the quiet revival, would become loud in a way that really honors God, that people would be able to look at Boston and say, wow, God is working. What is happening over there?
Not loud ostentatious,
Exactly.
but loud conspicuous.
And not loud advertising,
Right,
like, oh,
right.
look,
But conspicuous.
Exactly.
Conspicuous grace.
Obvious to the average Bostonian.
What can somebody do if they want to get involved in some way? I don't even know if that's possible.
Sure, we have lots of ways to get
Or if they want to support and help the ministry
Right.
of Emmanuel.
So we have a great website, which I'm sure you guys will put up on the screen.
Yep.
And a lot of good information about not just EGC, but about urban ministry and urban ministry resources, about each of our programs. And there's also on there, we have a new thing called EGC 101, which is an introductory course that we're running every month to introduce people to the Quiet Revival, to Living System Ministry,
Okay.
to ministry in the city, and as an entry point for folks that want to get involved. Because actually getting involved in urban ministry is not easy. You got to get to know people,
Right.
and we want to build bridges. And so we're just seeing this class as an introductory way for somebody to come, get to know what's possible, and then also identify the next step. So we have other courses we call our 201 level courses, where you can get involved and learn about homeless ministry with Starlight, or human trafficking, or Muslim ministry, whatever you want to do, but we can help plug you in.
Okay.
And then as we get to know you, there might be places that are tailored to you, that where you fit better.
Certainly.
And there's plenty of ways to get involved, but they're not all turnkey that you can just sort of come and sign up. And we actually are better at the tailored, let's get to know you, let's figure out where you fit
No, I
together,
know,
and
yeah.
do that kind of approach.
Yeah. Is there help with discerning that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the idea, that you come and we'll start that process as to the extent you're interested in that.
Boy, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I just can't thank you enough. I could ask you questions all afternoon. I have a whole bunch more that I didn't get to ask. Maybe I could get you to agree to come back some other time.
Maybe.
I would love to. This wasn't too painful, was it?
We'll see when the final cut
Let's
is.
see when the final cut comes.
Yeah.
Yes, we reserve judgment to post-editing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Sure.
Jeff, Lisa, Mark. Thank you for being with us. God bless you, and God bless the ministry of Emmanuel Gospel Center.